That's right.
And
That's right.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yes, yes, yeah. And then we can't forget the silent man on the boards in here. My main man, Chris. I got to do it in that voice because
Yeah.
he's here, but he's not here. He's here, but he's
It's
not
off
here.
camera.
But he's here. So look, we got a great show
Wait,
today.
Mr. Chris Williams.
Look here, Miss LaDonna Raeh. Please let the people know what's going down today on the show.
Man, we've got some industry leaders in the house. We've got Lois Whittaker, the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Northwestern Indiana. We've got Ira Fowlkers, the CEO of the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce, and Ruben Hopkins, forgive me, chairman and CEO and founder of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce. They will be talking to us about bringing chambers together and coming to the 2024 conference,
Oh
getting it
man, come
getting
on.
it done. You know what I'm
It
saying? Bring,
it's nothing but some chamber love up
yeah,
in here. Got that chamber love. Come on. I'm feeling good. It's
Well,
sounds
but
like
you
it.
know what? Because I do the cannabis chair thing. So I got to introduce a good friend of mine, my girl, all the way from H Town, doing what she does as founder of the Black Cannabis Expo, coming to you live 24th and 26th of next week. Uh, I would like to introduce the one and only Kristi Price. How are you, my friend?
Hey y'all. Good morning, my friends.
You
warning.
How
got
are
it.
Hi,
you?
Christy.
You got it. I'm glad you was able to get on up, and because I know how you struggle in the morning. so,
Oh my
so,
God.
so
It is
I
no secret. I'm not a
right.
morning person.
I already know, and I appreciate you for getting on. So quickly, I want to give you time to express, man, what's going down in the cannabis space, and what are you doing, and what should we look forward to for this year's event that's taking place here at the Swiss Hotel on July 24th through 26th for the Black Cannabis Expo.
Oh, I got a little special intro with the bells. Thank you so much for having me. And good morning, Chicago.
Oh no, go ahead, Chrissy.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, yeah, we are so excited to be bringing the Black Business Conference and Expo to Chicago. We're really to Illinois for the very first time for our fourth annual conference.
No, that's
So,
muted.
Christy, let me interrupt you for a second. We have Ira. He's on the line. Ira, go ahead and mute yourself. We're going to introduce you as soon as we get done with Christy.
Okay, continue, my friend.
it's okay. So this is our fourth annual conference. It is the first time, though, of us having the show in Illinois. So we are super excited to be coming to Chicago next week. We have so many exciting speakers and exhibitors and presenters that are scheduled to just share all of their experience and all of the tools and resources necessary for people of color doing business in the cannabis space to be successful. So really excited to be coming to Illinois. We've had a great support over the years from Illinois and Chicago in particular. So it's really exciting for us to be hosting the show for the first time this year.
Now, real quick, now, who are some of the keynote speakers that you're going to have for some of the actual breakout rooms?
Okay, so each day we have our general sessions where we'll see most of our corporate education happen. That's when all the attendees come in together in the mornings. We call it church because that's what it feels like, all of us learning together. And we have folks coming from California. We have Chris Ball and Chuck Ball from Ball Family Farms. We have Whitney Beatty and Ebony Anderson from Josephine and Billy's, also from California. From Illinois and Chicago, in particular, we have Ambrose Jackson from the 1937 group, and just so many other people. I can't. I mean, I'm scared to name all of them. We
Oh,
have
wait, no, no, no.
65 speakers, so I can't go through all of them. But
Right,
it's
right.
just it's an amazing lineup. We call it the All Star of cannabis business, and so we are excited to have everybody on stage in a couple of
So,
days.
so, Christy, this is MC. I have a question for you. So,
Hey.
who is your target market? Who should be coming to this conference? Are we business focused? Are we trying to introduce more African Americans into the cannabis space and showing them, the growth opportunities or the economic
Mhm.
opportunities, or is this more consumer based? Talk to our audience about who your focus is for the attendees for this event.
So we are, the only national conference for people of color who are actually doing business in the space. So the conference is definitely geared towards people who are either currently doing business in the cannabis industry or have, aspirations to do business in the cannabis industry, because we know that our community has a very unique relationship with the plant. We also have a skew towards consumerism because a part of our conference's goals is to normalize cannabis as a business opportunity for our community. So to answer your questions, a little bit of a mix, but it's primarily for those of us who are in the space who are
Got it.
thinking
Got it.
about being in
We're
the
gonna break.
space.
We're gonna break the commercial because we got to pay a few bills. But
And
thank you for that answer.
Kristi, thank you
You're
so much
welcome.
for jumping on. And like I said, we looking for you at the Swiss Hotel next week, the 24th through the 26th, Cannabis Expo. Get down. We will be
Yay.
right back.
Attention business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you ready to take your company to the next level? The Illinois State Chamber of Commerce presents Getting Down to Business, a 2-day convention packed with opportunities to grow your business. Mark your calendars for August 7th and 8th at the Paradise Casino Hotel in Peoria. Network with fellow professionals, showcase your business to large corporations ready to partner with you, and gain valuable insight from workshops and corporate panels. Don't miss this chance to expand your horizon, make connections, and elevate your business. Plus, enjoy great food, entertainment, a fashion show, and comedy. Ready to get down to business? Register now at ilbcc.org. That's ilbcc.org or call 309-740-4430. Getting down to business, August 7th and 8th in Peoria. Your success starts here.
And we are back on the Wake Up Show Chicago. I'm LaDonna Raeh here with Buddy Luv and MC Pearson. You just heard from Kristi Price, and this is why we do what we do. So now it's time to bring on our next industry leader. And I'm here to tell you that when it comes to the chambers that are out there, we all work together and when we're stronger together. But when you think about someone like Lois Whittaker, the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Northwest Indiana, um, and she's an entrepreneur and an executive board member of the NAACP. I want you to share your experiences and your expertise. Lois, welcome to the Wake Up Show.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good
Yes,
Good
so
morning.
Good
I
morning.
am the
morning.
president of the Black Chamber of Commerce or Northwest Indiana, and I am, as you said, I'm executive member of the NAACP. Basically, what I see in Northwest Indiana, that a lot of the businesses, especially minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses, are struggling to get economic wealth. It doesn't matter what industry in, if they are in healthcare, construction, education, it is a big lack of capital. And so, what we have been doing is providing resources for the Black business community so they can excel in their businesses and trying to working on getting more Black businesses minority certified so they are able to access state and federal contracts.
Well, and obviously I know you're
So,
doing
go ahead, Ladon. I'm sorry.
I know you're doing great things, and obviously, we're providing resources. This takes us outside of these, should I say,
Okay.
traditional banking system.
So basically, we are excited to come to the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce convention this year. I have been going for about 3 years to the convention, and there is a lineup of great speakers, matchmaking opportunities for your businesses. So, business matchmaking is really when you are getting paired with potential, investors, potential contracts for so you can elevate your business to the next level. And that's what the Illinois State Chamber is all about is trying to help businesses get to the next level to access capital and to, provide networking opportunities.
You know what, Lois?
So basically, that's what um, we are doing at the convention. And in is Illinois is a great place to do that. Larry Chamber is phenomenal. I have been working with him to help me with the Northwest Indiana Black Chamber, and it's phenomenal. I'm waiting. I cannot wait to be there this year.
So, Lois, I got a question for
You
you.
guys hear me?
Hey, Lois, this is MC. Can you hear me, Lois?
He's unable to hear us.
Okay.
We'll take care of that.
So, you know what? Lois runs a powerful chamber in Northwest Indiana. And, I like the fact that she brought up matchmaking because, you know what? I remember as a young entrepreneur, not that I'm old, but I remember as a young entrepreneur seeing a company who
Okay.
who
Yes.
was
So,
purchasing certain things.
um, but one of the problems that I do see with Black business owners across the board is access to resources that tailor to our community. We do have, I know, no,
We're just experiencing some technical difficulties. Lois is unable to hear us, but we can hear her, and everything she's saying is actually ringing true.
Right, it's on
It's
point.
on point, absolutely. So our questions, she's not able to hear our questions, and we'll take care of that. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next guest. Make sure that you guys call in. We're at 773-591-1690. Again, that's 773-591-1690 to call in. Go ahead, my MC.
So, you know what? Just to finish off that last
Mhm.
thought, I remember being a young entrepreneur, and I would see a company and be in their space and see something that they've purchased before, and I'm thinking to myself, I make that. How can I supply that to them? How can I sit down at the table and talk to them? And it seems so insurmountable because it's such a large corporation, right? And that's what the beauty of matchmaking is. For those of people that don't understand, it's like speed dating for businesses. And the chamber brings together all of these corporations that we may not have had otherwise an opportunity to talk to share what it is that we do and hear what their needs are. And the chamber brings together these large corporations like Ameren, ComEd, the airlines, Wind Creek Casino, and let you sit at the table with them. I'm talking about something that on your own, you may spend years trying to get your foot in the door to talk to one of these procurement people, procurement meaning the people who control the contracts, right? So that's what she was talking about, bringing these businesses to the matchmaking and giving you these opportunities. But you know what? Without any further ado, it's so important for us to come there because when we talk about being solutions based, the business conference is solution based. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all day long. But listen, uh, as we move forward, as we think about what's coming down the pipeline, so the convention is in about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So to have these leaders come together to really talk about what they're offering, what they can do for businesses, how businesses can move forward to now scale what they're doing, to get contracts that'll maybe push them forward. These are opportunities that you have to take advantage of as a small business, a medium business, or even a large corporation. You don't know what that next access to capital could be for you if you don't make yourself available and to be a part of these discussions and these conversations. Someone asked me the other day, what does the chamber do and how do we really get ourselves affiliated? It's almost like a secret society. But we know that's what we're not. If you're really wanting to dig down and do the right thing for your business, you got to put yourself into action as well.
You got to get
It
yourself
can't
in the room.
it can't be handed to you, but you got to make sure you can find out what's going on and be proactive about what you do. Miss El Ray, what you got for me?
Well, speaking of capital, access to capital, if you notice that traditional banking does not necessarily lend to our black businesses.
Exactly.
And no matter how much money you got, money's coming in, you got the transactions, and you have the transactional proof that you can afford these loans so that you can expand your business. But when you get that denial letter, because you can get a car.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can get a car, you can get a payday loan.
Anything for debt.
Right. Anything for debt. Student loan, all of that,
All
right?
that,
But you cannot get a business loan.
That's right.
And so now the reason behind that, think about it. It could be because you have a consumer-based society that wants you to only be a consumer. So
That's
all
right.
that money you're spending,
right.
we need that to be part of that $1.8 trillion.
Come on.
But if you had business buying power, if you could expand your business, guess who we would start shopping with?
Man,
Ourselves.
Right. And you know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Sister LaDonna, you touched on something that actually both of you touched on something, and I'm gonna connect the dots. Buddy, you said get yourself in the room, right? Because you don't know what you're gonna be missing out on. Sister LaDonna said, in capital. I remember being in the room because of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce and hearing one of the officials from the state of Illinois say, we even provide you, connect you with the entity so that you can get the capital. So, down here at these meetings and at these matchmaking meetings, and then even when we go down to Springfield and we're lobbying, the opportunities that the chamber brings, and the information that you get, because you got to get a seat at the table to understand that if you got a contract with the state, or if you got a contract with one of these large corporations, there may even be a chance that they are also to connect for you to get the finances so that you can fulfill the contract.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
it's a win-win, because guess what? The financiers know that if the vendor, if the customer brings you to the table, they know that you can service that loan, because the customer, your new customer, is going to give you the contracts. They're going to give you the POs. It's a win-win, but you don't know this information unless you get yourself in the room, as you said, buddy, unless you get yourself to the table to find out about the finances, as LaDonna Raeh just stated. You got to invest the time. And I know people say, but man, it's in Peoria, man. It's like a 2.5-hour drive. I'm talking about, you talking about a 2.5-hour drive for what could be $1 million contract. Hold on. No, hold on. $1 million, people can't fathom $1 million. For what can be $100,000 contract. $100,000 contract can turn a lot of people's businesses around and get you to the point where you can hire 2 new associates. You can hire two new people that's gonna build the widgets instead of you building the widgets. You know what I'm saying? So now you out here getting more business because you hired somebody else to build the widgets. That's why you're supposed to get in the room.
And to be quite frank, we can't walk into establishments that say they can give you money for your business. We can't come in there with that light bulb over our head and say, hey, I got an idea. Would you fund me for my project? See, we got to come in with balance sheets, P&Ls, showing how the business has been doing. We have to come through a whole list of things. But there are some of us in this world that come in like, hey, Johnny and I have come in here and we could do a whole manufacturing thing for agriculture. What do you think? Hey, let me cut you that check. That is not happening.
How much you think
for
you
us.
need?
Right. That's not happening for us.
But we do that with each other.
Man,
why is that? We have to prove ourselves to each other. Well, let's change that.
Exactly.
Let's change that.
Exactly.
If you go to ilbcc.org, please make sure that you click on the 2024 convention link, and you can register for the upcoming conference that's happening August 7th and 8th. It's called Getting Down to Business. If you register right now, you can secure your seat while you're amongst other people like these industry leaders. We have so many different sponsors that are going to be at the tables waiting for you guys to tell them what your business can do for them. It becomes a win-win situation. I know you haven't heard that in a while, but it is a win-win situation.
And it does. And you know what? And we cannot undertalk the value of this conference. Because see, not only are you going to get the opportunity for matchmaking, not only are you going to get the opportunity to listen to these keynotes that are simply phenomenal, at the end of the day, there's going to be networking that is going to be going on. So you're going to be able to network with other small businesses, right? that other small businesses that you can possibly do joint ventures with, that you could possibly service, or they could service you. Not to mention the entertainment, oh my God, the entertainment, the
Man,
fashion show.
so yeah.
I'm
So
hosting the fashion
comedy.
you
show.
hosting
I'm
the
hosting the
comedy.
fashion show with
I'm
Lorenzo
telling
T.
you,
Hughes.
come on, man. Look, we're gonna do business, but then we're gonna relax.
Hey man, that's what we do. That's how we gonna operate here today on the Wake Up Show Chicago. You know how we do. Let's cut to that commercial break and we'll be right back.
Ready to boost your brand's visibility and share your message with our engaged audience? You can. Become a
Welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to the Wake Up Show Chicago. I'm LaDonna Raeh. I'm here with Buddy Luv and MC Pearson. You have heard some amazing people, industry leaders. We're talking about Kristi Price and Lois Whittaker. We have another couple of guests that we're going to bring on. Don't forget to call in because I know you got questions. 773-591-1690. You can also watch us on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel. Just search for Wake Up Show Chicago. Make sure you put Chicago in there because you might end up in New York somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, so welcome back. So we're gonna bring on Lois. I'm sorry, we had Lois. We're gonna bring on Ira. Ira Fowlkers. Hi, Ira Fowlkers. You are definitely on the Wake Up Show Chicago this morning. Can you hear me okay? Ira, can you hear me? Mm. Okay, well, you want me to, I'll introduce you. I'll tell you who Ira
Yes,
is.
let's go to that.
Ira's the CEO of the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce, and he'll be talking about his leadership and the role that he plays in the chamber in supporting Black businesses, which is,
Good morning. I can't hear you.
that's the second time. So something must be going on our end. Let me go ahead and let him know.
And as she's doing that, we will continue on because that was the one thing about this,
Monica Cam, I can't hear you.
as we are trying to show that you have chambers out here, right, MC? You have chambers that can give you access into rooms that you could possibly change your life in. That's the one thing about when I joined the chamber. I didn't understand necessarily what that meant, to be a part of a chamber. Then I started to engage a little bit more and found out, everything that the chamber offered has now put me in position to win in a certain way. It's a great thing. So we're having some technical difficulties. That's why you may hear, audience, you may hear Mr. Ira. around. So we're having some things we're trying to work out. But as we do on live radio, things happen in real time. So
Right.
you have to continue on with the show. You know, that's like if you see somebody fall off the stage and sing, they get right back up and sing. You got to keep going. You know what I mean?
You know, one of the things that I'm excited about this year's conference, right? We've been talking about a lot about matchmaking, but let me
That's right.
tell you one of the other things that there's going to be a keynote about Robert Johnson.
Come on,
Okay,
talk about
he's an
Rob.
attorney.
That's right.
He's an attorney, and he's worked for McDonald's. He ran a lot of stuff for them as a lawyer, and one of the things that he's going to be talking about is the opportunities for franchising in America. Oftentimes, when we think about franchising, we're thinking about these multi-million-dollar companies, these people who have all of this money that own these various McDonald's and Subways and stuff like that. You know, and what his company now is doing is they're bringing a unique perspective to the whole idea of franchising, because there are, unfortunately, there's a lot of business owners or franchisees that have gotten older. They're ready to retire, and they didn't have any children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews that want to come into the family business, want to come into the family franchise. And so now they're ready to transition out. They're ready to sell their stake in it, and they want to move to Florida and have a home and relax for the next 20, 30 years of their life. You understand what I'm saying? And so now what that does is that creates an opportunity for Black people to get
LaDonna,
involved in
nice to
franchising.
hear.
Because here it is.
I can't hear you. I can see
We
everyone,
can't
but I
walk
can't
into a
hear
room
anyone.
and say that, hey, we got an idea for a business. Will you fund it? Right. And we have a hard
Well, I don't
opportunity.
know what
But
the
one of the
problem
things
is.
that Robert Johnson is going to be instructing us about, and I mean, just busting the bubble open, is the fact that now
Maybe
you're
I
able
don't
to
have the
walk
right
into
button on.
a bank and say, listen, I want to buy this business. Here go the revenues for the business. Here go the year over year growth of that business. And he's going to break that down and then open up those opportunities to us down here at the conference. So anyone who's ever been interested in owning a McDonald's and buying into any of these franchises, you know, Robert Johnson has his finger on the pulse of those that are ready to be sold, those how you get involved. That keynote, I'm going to be front and center.
But you know what? It's one piece in there, my brother, that we have to add on. You know, when you're talking about franchising, there used to be this thing of, man, I need to have a bag to really go in here and purchase this thing. Rob's going to teach you how to do this for $20K. 20K. You can go on your 401K. You can get members of your family.
Come on
up
now.
with this 20K, and it can change the trajectory of what you and your family have been looking for. What do we always talk about?
Generational wealth.
But I love the way my
Situational wealth.
I was about to say what I was going.
Situational
I
wealth.
was going to what my dear friend LaDonna Raeh loves to say, situational, because every day it's a situation.
I need some
we
money
need
every
it
day.
right
Hey, but
now.
you know what? We got a special call on the line. Let's go ahead.
All right, we're going to bring Ruben on the line. He's been waiting patiently. I'm so excited to have Ruben Hopkins, the chairman and CEO and founder of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce.
Woo!
Come on and discuss with us who you are, Mr. Ruben. Good morning.
Good morning. How is everybody?
All right,
Man,
Wonderful.
we better now that you on the line, Doc.
All right. I hope I can hold up my end of this deal here. Yeah, I'm Ruben Hopkins. I'm the chairman and CEO of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce. We're about 13, 14 years old. I really don't remember right now. And we're up here in Wisconsin making things happen.
So, you know, Ruben, this is MC. You know, you have a unique perspective. You hear about the ills and the challenges and the trials and tribulations of Black business, how doors have been closed, what their pain points are. You know, so knowing that information, you know, can you expound a little bit about what are some of the pain points of Black businesses and why they want to be at the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce Business Conference? What is the solutions that the conference provides? So if you can just expound a little bit about the pain points and why those business owners want to be at this conference.
Well, the pain points in Wisconsin is Black leadership. It's not the governor. It's not the president. It's Black leadership. They put over $72 million in the Black into this community over the last 2 or 3 years, and our community still doesn't really understand, our leadership really doesn't understand how to put this money to work to start creating that generational change that is so needed. So the reason the president visited my establishment is because when he came, he said, hey, we appreciated that you did with the money what we wanted everybody to do with the money, and that was get it in the hands of Black business owners. Mm-hmm. We've had over 700 business owners come through our program. Each business owner qualified for up to $1,000 in business assistance just for attending our boot camp. Wow. But our boot camp focused on three major things: personal credit, business credit, and your finance, the finance and accounting of your business. Because if those three things are not in order, you're never going to get access to capital. Right. And the issue is access to capital. Mm-hmm. So our businesses are out here hustling all the time, not understanding why they don't have access to capital. That's because your personal credit is not in order, your business credit you don't understand, and your finance and accounting is on an Excel spreadsheet. And, right. And banks are not, you walk into the bank with that stuff and they're scratching their heads because they don't really want to deal with it. Right. And it increases the time that it takes for you to get disapproved by about 4 weeks, right? So you wait an additional 4 weeks just to get disapproved because they're trying to figure a way to tell you that what you have is inadequate. Mm-hmm. So, I tell people the reason that people are okay with me is because I'm not blaming white people. Right. Right. Come on now. I'm telling the community that, first of all, in Milwaukee, every position of power, political power, is people of color. We have a Black mayor, we have a Black county executive, we have a Black chief of police, a Black sheriff. Brother was running the Milwaukee Public Schools, House of Corrections. Whatever position of power is in our hands. Right. Then the governor put another $23 million in the Black organizations specifically. Mm-hmm. The Wisconsin Black Chamber, the African American Chamber, the Business Council, the Madison Black Chamber, a couple other organizations also that are Black run, right? Another 20-something million dollars. And then we're still sitting around wondering why we always broke. Right. And so the problem, as I see it, is that the problem is we don't know what to do anymore. Mm-hmm. We get in these positions and now we're in charge and we don't know what to do. We're scared that we're going to offend white people by helping Black people. Right. But so white people are going to benefit anyway. Exactly. So Ruben, this Buddy Luv, man. So my question is, what was your pitch when you actually went in and the dollars started to flow your way to the chamber? And then did you already have the action plan in place for the program to actually help the business owners, or did you prepare instantly in that moment to say, hey, I know exactly what I can do with these funds to help Black businesses and how to draw them into the chamber so we can get some of this thing done? So that's a yes and no question. So some of the things we were already doing, mm-hmm. For example, and some of it, honestly, I was running my mouth and I said it out loud, and then we had to do it. Right. Right. So we invested $100,000 into improving customer service in Black restaurants. Mm-hmm. Right. So that was something that the community was like, yeah, we need better customer service in Black restaurants. Mm-hmm. We put $1 million in the Columbia Savings and Loan, which is the only Black bank in Wisconsin. So, but the Black banks need reserves. So we put $1 million. We pledged to put $1 million of the money that they gave us in and let them hold it for their reserves. Mm-hmm. Right. We did a tourism piece for right now, and actually it's coming to Chicago as well for the DNC. Okay. It's called Black Milwaukee: Where to Go and What to Do. Gotcha. So if you check in any hotel, any tourist destination, any corporate headquarters in Wisconsin, you're going to find Black Milwaukee: Where to Go and What to Do. Mm-hmm. So Some of it was just stuff we were already doing, but some of it just came from the boot camp. It's an 8-hour boot camp. Now, in the boot camp, you have to do all 8 hours, but the theme throughout the boot camp is those same themes: your personal credit, your business credit, and your finance and accounting. It rounds out that entire day, so that when you leave the camp, you don't leave with $1,000 in your hand. You leave understanding that you got to do some work, and that we're going to be here to assist you as you do that work.
All right, Ruben. Well, I hate to cut you off, but when we come back from on the Wake Up Show Chicago, I want you to tell us how you got chosen to have that special event with President Biden. When we come back, guys, on the Wake Up Show.
Thank you.
And we're back on the Wake Up Show Chicago. I'm LaDonna Raeh here with Buddy Luv and MC Pearson. We are talking to Ruben Hopkins, the chairman and CEO and founder of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce. And guys, the reason why we're having all of these industry leaders, MC reminded me we should really push this, right? Because we're having our industry conference that's coming up. And I say industry because every industry is welcome, but we're having our 19th annual Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce conference. I know it's like a lot, right? If you go to ilbcc.org, you'll be able to register for the conference and see the agenda as well. And that's why we have these leaders, because they're going to be there and they're just a smidget of what's going to be there. So I'm excited to say that. But when we left off, Ruben, you hosted a major event where President Biden was in the building. Tell us how did you get selected and having that in your building? Because he could have been anywhere in the world.
There you go.
But he chose you.
Yeah, again, it was because what he said to me is that we were chosen because I had done with the money what they wanted everybody to do with the money. Right. Getting it in the hands of the businesses. There's nothing more important than these businesses knowing that somebody else is out here working on their behalf. So not only did we talk, well, we were talking to businesses about those three major financial positions that the business have to be in. We explained to them why certification is important. Some people didn't want to do business with the government, and they didn't understand public certification, private certifications, civil rights law, all of this stuff that ties together what it is that we're supposed to be showing our, guiding our members. So when you come to the Wisconsin Black Chamber, whether you're a member or not, I've had people ask me, what is the benefit of membership? And I'll be like, I don't know. And they'll be like, how, you run the organization, how you don't know what the benefits of membership are? And I said, well, what do you need? And as soon as they tell me what they need, then we create an environment for what it is that they need.
Right.
So we have a black realtor group. So we have a black daycare advocates. So we have, folks that are, like you say, in the industry. So when they asked me to send them a list, the people that were planning this asked me to send them a list of the things that we were working on.
Mhm.
All of the things that we were working on were things that that need to be done in our community on a larger scale. And they saw that, and with seeing that, as a matter of fact, the vice president, she was here 2 months ago, and they did the same thing. They came to our facility. They looked. They said the vice president wants to come, but the problem is we're going through a renovation, and part of what they wanted to do they couldn't do because we're renovating the space.
Right.
So, and then day before yesterday, I was just in D.C. at the vice president's home, and it's the same thing. It is about making sure that our businesses understand access to capital. And that is not going to happen if your personal credit, your business credit, and your finance and accounting in your business is not in order. It's just not going to happen unless you got a rich aunt or a rich uncle or somebody in your family that or overlook that when they shouldn't. But otherwise, banks, they don't care what color your skin is as long as the numbers make sense.
And Ruben, you mentioned that businesses can come to you and tell you what they need. But what if they don't know what they need? And at the conference, I'm going to come back to that question. We are actually helping people with their capability statements so that they can come to the conference already ready to know what is needed in order to qualify to work with certain companies that are going to be there. So what do you do when someone comes to you and they just don't know what they need?
So that's where our coaches come in. So when they meet with the coach sits down with them, and we look at everything. We pull their numbers, right? And so before we can really do anything with them, we pull their numbers. We pull their credit numbers, and we look at it and we say, well, you got to fix this before. Whatever it is you think you need is not going to matter if these things are not in order, right? It's like crawling before you can walk. You have to have these things in order for us to be able to say, okay, you want to be certified. Well, you got to be in this for this particular certification. You need to be in business at least 2 years, right. And they want to see your numbers for 2 years straight. You don't have any numbers. So we got to go back to the drawing board and create the numbers that you need to be able to walk to the bank with. Do not go to the bank before we tell you you're ready to go to the bank. That's what you got to tell these business owners what to do. Otherwise, they're just, I promise you, they're just out here hustling, and they're just out here trying to get the hookup, and they're out here trying to do things the way it was done 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. And those times are changing.
Awesome. And for those of you that need help with your capability statements, feel free to call the chamber 309-740-4430, and we'll point you in the right direction so that you can have that stuff ready. And even if you decide to just have your capability statement all together, okay, call the chamber because that's what we do.
And you know what? Let's make this plain and clear.
Yeah.
There's only 2 to 3 more weeks until the conference. 2 more weeks to the conference. So if you need help with your capability statements, you need to be calling first thing on Monday morning. Now, Terry Simmons has, why am I forgetting the name of her organization? Strategic Exceptions.
Yes.
There you go.
And she's also over the Minority Business Development Council. And she said her team is going to assist with putting together these capability statements. 25M Printing said they're going to assist with designing these capability statements. You need to be picking up the phone on Monday morning and calling the chamber because it is a short amount of time before we hit this conference.
Look, and listen, we don't need to keep reiterating this, but I think we should, because sometimes you got to hit some people over the head and say, hey, this is what you need to do in order to succeed. especially if you're trying to operate a business that can actually scale and grow. So Donna, who we doing? What we doing
We
next?
have Ira. I'm sorry. We have Lois Whittaker. She's on the line. We had earlier technical difficulties where she couldn't hear us. Lois, are you there?
Yes, I'm
You
here.
can hear us
Great, she can
now.
hear us.
Yes.
All
We were
right.
asking you all kind of questions, and you were focused. You had your message mapping
Hey,
going.
she had her agenda.
Yes,
She
she
knew
did.
the task at hand
Yes,
because she
she
was
did.
rolling it.
Yeah. We would ask a question, and you would already answer it. So, I don't have any questions for I'm just kidding. Tell us what you do. Great things. One of the questions was you do great things, and basically there's a long list and a plethora of things that you've been doing as far as being the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce in Northwest Indiana. But how do the things that you do relate to the conference that we're having August 6th, 7th, and 8th? Rather, there's no 6, guys. August 7th and 8th.
So the things that we do, we basically help Black businesses get to the next level. And as Ruben was saying, it is a lot of Black businesses have credit challenges. That's the number one thing, credit challenges. And the second thing is, okay, now I'm at the table, and what do I say? What do I do when I get in front of these people? That is the topic. That is the number one question that I hear from my business owners, especially like after the conference. We had an annual convention back in last month. Now, Lois, you introduced us to all these people. How do I present myself when I'm here? And so that is one of the things that we're doing, is helping Black business owners to present themselves when they get to the table. When they get to, okay, now I know about this contract, I'm certified, now what?
Mm-hmm.
And
that is important.
Right, and that's definitely important because look, you can't do like your main man Buddy Luv sometimes do. I got the philosophy from Ruben. Sometimes I let this mouthpiece of mine just get me in there and I figure it out.
Yeah, those days are over.
I'll figure it out. Oh, that's what you need, man. Get on the phone and find out how we get this job. so
That's
definitely,
right.
so out there, because you know what, my business is actually stationed out in Gary. And to your point,
Really?
yes, it is. My home office is there in Gary, Indiana, and that's the thing. Getting used to the environment, the community, to know who to talk to. I think I've reached out to SCORE. I think some of the things have changed there. So as a business, just entering that market there in Indiana, what would you suggest would be the first steps to actually engaging with the chamber and what you do?
So basically, you want to reach out to the local chamber. You want to get introduced to the business community, because Gary is such a small, they're a big town, but they are a small kept town, meaning that they want to know who you are. They want to know what you do. They want to know how, why are you there? That's the most important thing, I would say, coming to business in Gary, is trying to build those relationships. Those relationships are important. Now, once you get through that, I'm being honest, right?
Oh yeah.
Once you get through that, then that's when you want to be able to get yourself together as far as how do you compete. Because when I looked, I had a conference call last week with NDI. We only have 5 minority certified contractors in Northwest Indiana.
That's terrible.
5, you guys.
That's terrible.
5.
Yeah.
And so to get them to understand why this is important, and how, I just think that the business owners, they don't understand what's the importance of being minority certified.
Right. Exactly. And this is the one reason why we keep emphasizing that you need to rock with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce for our convention on August 7th and 8th.
So this is MC. Now, I need you to speak to something. You got business owners that are saying, I'm busy, I got things to do, I don't have time to come down to this conference. And can you unpack for them what the importance is of coming to this type of conference and what they should be looking to get out of something like this?
You want to get a point
of your business. I don't know about everyone else, but you want to get to the point where you are working on your business and not working in your business.
There you go.
And that's one of the greatest things that you learn, because when you have more cash flow, then you are able to create a system that is able to have you to step away.
Right. That is
All right, before we go, we got Ira on the phone, and we had our difficulties with Ira. Ira, I'm so glad you called us. We've been trying to reach you. Hi, Ira.
I've been trying to reach you. I've been trying to reach you too.
Yes, you're the CEO of the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce. I wanted to talk about your leadership and your role of the chamber in supporting Black businesses. Come on, man. Give it to me in like 60 seconds. We got to have you back. I'm sorry.
Well, first of all, thanks to have to be here. We've been very busy here in Missouri. We got a lot of good things going on. We got a lot of good things. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Please talk. You got 60 seconds.
Okay, first we got a lot going on here in Missouri. Missouri. We're doing a project. We're doing a building project in Eaton, Missouri. We just bought a internet radio station where we'll be providing information for Black 24 hours a day. The Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce has been very busy running Black Americans here. With the community and growth in Missouri. We did the fishing derby, and we right now doing outreach to the community right now to increase our membership in the chamber also.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I think the applause should have gone there. My mistake.
No. We're really on our internet radio station is Ferguson USA HotTalkRadio.com. You just purchase that internet radio station. It will be providing Black information 24 hours a day around the world.
Well, thank you so much for taking us out, Ira. I want to thank all of our guests. We had Kristi Price from the Black CannaBusiness, Lois Whittaker, Ira Fowlkers, and Ruben Hopkins. Thank you so much for being on the Wake Up Show Chicago. I'm LaDonna Raeh.
Come on.
Buddy Luv is out. MC Pearson is out. We are out of here.
That's right.
See you at the conference. Don't forget, ilbcc.org. Bye-bye for now.
Every Saturday morning at 9, where change begins with every sunrise.